Villa fam, you're back with Two Village Girls for another episode of Honest Conversations. I'm Serena.
I'm Angie.
As we continue talking about growth and change from the lenses of childcare workers, this week we will be telling you about peer relations. So first and foremost, Angie and I talk a lot about how children look up to us as adults. So in building these peer relationships and having like positive relations outside of the home, it's important to start with like what's going on inside the home. The first interactions that children have are important when it comes to building positive relationships, because these first interactions are what they base any relationship out of from the very beginning.
First interactions with like your parents and stuff is basically mostly important because it's literally the first time the baby is seeing people in general. So like that first interaction when you hold them and rub them and look into their eyes is important.
That's so true. That's when you're their safe person. You're the one that teaches them the basics from just being in the world. And if they feel safe with you, that will help them when it comes to like meeting other people, whether it's like grandparents, aunts, uncles, teachers, other grown-ups, really. They'll base all these interactions off of how you treated them.
Yeah, that's true.
Another important first interaction is interactions with siblings. A lot of people think of siblings and they think of like kids that like love each other, of course, but they fight a lot or they bicker. But really in these first interactions, this is their first time making friends. Their siblings are their only friends starting out because these are the kids that they have regular access to. They learn to share and play with these siblings, and they learn those first basic social skills, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate when it comes to hanging out with people and spending time together. I think it's one of those less talked about things that are actually really important when it comes to childcare, because as a teacher, you can tell like who has grown up with siblings and who has not had siblings growing up just based on how they interact with kids in the classroom.
Yeah, so those type of skills that Serena was talking about that the kids learn like when they were in the house all day with their brothers or their sisters or whatever, they take those skills that they learned there or they develop there and like they're taken into the school system, they're taken into the center. That's how they make their friends basically. And yeah.
Absolutely.
So a next important first interaction is teachers, because a lot of times kids are starting to go to school around the age of like 4 or 5, or even daycare centers, they take children that's young as like 6 weeks sometimes, and that's literally their first interaction. Like their teachers are their first interaction. So this is important to them, how you treat them, how you talk to them, how you motivate them, how you push them to do different things. Like all of those things are important in that like first interaction.
Absolutely. This is where we see those developmental milestones really growing and thriving in these young kids. And this also has a lot to do with the fact that teachers are like second parents to kids, because kids go from one adult to another and spend 6 to 8 hours a day with these adults. And that's a lot of time to get to know the child, for the child to get to know the adult, and to really like bond and learn about like themselves and grow. Really, like this is where they get like their praise. They learn like different reinforcements, positive like behaviors and different things. And it's like I said, it's one adult to another, and it's a balance, honestly.
Yeah. And a lot of times kids are trying like testing the waters with the teachers and not their parents too. So that's another thing too.
Absolutely.
Like, cause sometimes if they already been with their parents and they know what they can and can't do with their parents. So like once they enter that school system, they'll realize like, oh, this is a teacher, this isn't my parent. They handle things differently, so they start like testing you, and then their parents wondering like when they start doing that or when they do this. They don't do that at home. Yeah, because
Yep.
they teaching me, the teacher.
That's exactly how it goes too. That's also an important reason why the parent and teacher bond needs to be strong, because you're on the same team.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So there are a few things you can do to help with building positive relationships among peers, starting with something as simple as sharing. Teaching kids how to share different things encourages positive like relationships, because it encourages team play, it encourages interaction with others. Being able to go up to a friend and offer them something lets your peers know that you're friendly and interested in them as well.
Yeah, if y'all was to like be in the center with me and my center with me, y'all probably hear me say that 24/7. Even to my babies, I'm like, y'all share, because they be snatching toys out like the other kids' hand. And even though they babies, I know they know. I'm telling them to share their toys. That's all I really say all day. It's like share, share. Like just teaching them how to play together, because even though they babies, I feel like they do the same like little things like little older kids when they play, like snatching toys out the kid's hand or hitting the kids with the toys and stuff like that. You just gotta teach them how to play with other people because they're young, they don't know. And a lot of my babies don't have siblings at home, so they don't know.
Even like on the flip side with the older kids, I was teaching a summer camp, and even the older kids, when I had to sit one of our kids down to explain to him like sharing and playing together, they were trying to play a game and one person wanted to play it this way and the other person wanted it that way. I let them vote. They decided on one way, which is what the kid didn't want to do. And I let him know, like, you guys can share and take turns. We'll do it this way first and that way second. That way you guys all have fun. And so he goes on, like, he hears what I'm saying. He goes on to tell all the friends in that group, this is what we're going to do. I think it would be a fun idea. That way we all get to play together. Sure enough, he goes out there and they play, no issues. And this was a second grader. So he was an older kid and he was receptive to that. And instead of playing by himself, he played with a whole group of people.
That's good. You be learning. And you be proud of them, because I know I do.
I do. I love when they repeat things that I say to them and they repeat it correctly, because it shows me that they understood and processed it in a positive way.
Yeah, for sure. I know you got like older kids, but my younger kids, it's like when they start learning how to sing like any of the songs that I'm teaching them, I'm very happy. I'm just like, oh yeah, you're hitting the wheels on the bus, okay. And you know they can't fully talk, so they just like either like mumbling or like for instance for the like twinkle twinkle little star, you know, once you say star or R or whatever that you say it loud, they'll do it too. Like they'll say it's a twinkle twinkle little star. They'll be like star. Yeah, baby talk. So I'd be so happy for them, because I'm like, y'all actually listening to your teacher.
That's so cute. I love it. I love watching kids grow.
Absolutely. All right. So the next thing to help kids build positive relationship with their peers is to teach them how to work together in teams. You can put children in groups that are different, and that can be a way for like kids to start learning different things, because if you put kids in a group that are different and they have like different skills, like one can talk really good, or one can count really good, or one can read really good, they can help each other learn basically in that way. And also you can put them in groups where all the kids are similar to each other. So all the kids might like dinosaurs. So you might put them in a group and like read a dinosaur book to them. And all the kids will have fun enjoying that specific topic.
Absolutely. I do that with my groups that I teach in school. Every week we set up different groups. So sometimes we'll set them up based on like their academic level. Sometimes we'll set them up based on the difference in academics. We do that in pre-K a lot. Each week we set up different groups. Sometimes we'll set them up based on similar academic levels. Sometimes we'll put them in groups based on opposite academic levels. So we'll put like our higher reading kids with our lower reading kids and encourage them to work together. And in doing that, it teaches them to like work together, help each other, and just kind of build that connection with like people that are different from you. Because often what we see is like kids that are on a higher academic level tend to get bored more easily. Putting them with someone that's different from them gives them the challenge of working together and building that relationship and understanding the other peers, understanding that there's more to just excelling academically.
Yeah, for sure. And I think problem solving skills come out of like teamwork a lot, because for some reason, like if it was just one child like by themselves, sometimes they might, I'm not gonna say give up, but sometimes they will give up and stop trying because they get too hard. If the child is in a group with other people and they see like the other child isn't giving up, they just keep on trying or whatever. It'll give them like motivation to keep on trying too. So it's like that problem solving skill where they learn how to get through their problems, even when they're playing, when they're working, when they're eating, whatever they're doing. They can use those problem solving skills and use it, and it helps them in the real world, because we talk about them having those problem solving skills so that they can get through problems in the real world.
Absolutely. These kids are so smart. If given the opportunity, they figure that stuff out on their own.
Yeah.
So a final way that we want to talk to you guys about building positive relationships with peers is through positive words. And using positive words in this situation, it's different from using praise when kids do like their desired behaviors from adults and just good behavior in general. It gives them more of a positive outlook on themselves and their confidence.
So positive words are like simple things. I will be, dot, dot, dot. I am beautiful. I am strong. Those little things.
Yeah, saying these kinds of things, having kids repeat these things about themselves, about their peers,
Yeah.
it helps them appreciate them as a person. There's a song that we taught our kids in their music class called Unique, spelled Younique, and it basically teaches them that they're unique and that they should embrace themselves despite their differences and want to stand out and be proud of who they are. And it's my favorite song. It's by Quaver Music on YouTube if you guys want to check it out. That song is full of positive words, and we teach the kids that at such a young age because this is where a big part of their personality starts. And knowing that about themselves will also help them around peers. It helps them understand that they are unique, they are special.
Yeah, I'm also a big fan of positive words. So I like encourage like teachers, parents, anybody working with children to really use positive words because it can really help them when they're going into their adult life. You don't always have somebody standing by your side. So you need those like thoughts and you need those positive things to be able to say to yourself. So if they already have those tools, they will be able to use them when they need them.
Absolutely. The toolbox.
Go to school by. But yeah, thanks for tuning in again to another episode with Two Village Girls. Please subscribe to our channel if you are new. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them down below. Also, go ahead and hit that bell to get notified when new videos drop. Please check out our Facebook and Instagram at Two Village Girls for updates and weekly inspiration. As always, we want to send you out with some positive vibes to get you through the rest of your week. This week's inspirational quote is by Brene Brown, who says, "Fitting in is about assessing a situation and becoming who you need to be accepted. Belonging, on the other hand, doesn't require us to change who we are. It requires us to be who we are." Thanks, Villa fam. Bye.
Bye.